to a brand new video. It's Manga Fairy. In today's video, we're going to be doing a review slash discussion of Eden Zero Chapter 27, The Great Gillis Escape. I have already read the chapter, so I just want to go over a couple things, go page by page, just talk about some of the things here and there. At the end of the video, I do want to bring up one thing that's kind of been bothering me. Now that it's chapter 27, I think I can bring it up again. But I will post the poll results of the last Eden Zero video on the screen now so you guys can see what the last chapter was rated and how you guys thought. And I will put a poll in the top right hand corner where you guys get to rate this chapter 5 stars down to 1 star. And it's just a nice way of keeping track of like how the manga is progressing. Is it getting worse? Is it getting better? Like how is each chapter being perceived? That's kind of important when reading a manga because one chapter can completely change somebody's mind about an entire series. So that's why I do the poll. And with that out of the way, let's just get into the discussion. So we have Sister Ivory here on the first cover. She is different than what I expected, but I really like the way she acts. She really reminds me of Natsu. I know this particular image does not remind me of Natsu, but the way she acts, and you'll see throughout the chapter, the way she doesn't really take things seriously, but she knows like what's important and what she has to do, really reminds me of Natsu because he has that like childish mentality where he just wants to have fun and like he always ends up being serious in the end, but the time that it takes to get there is just like complete nonsense, and that's what this character is. So I like that difference between her and Shiki because that's really a difference between Shiki and Natsu, you know what I mean? It's not the same character. So I really like that. Here we just have a lot of destruction going on because things are changing, people are leaving, people are pushing each other out of the way, which would make sense if something was coming to like eat the time away from the planet, like everyone would be in a hurry. This scene was pretty nice because we get this touching scene with Pino and Rebecca, and they're just talking about like saving Copa, which I think was important because we need to cut Rebecca a little bit of slack because she didn't have her happy blasters and she's just doing the best that she can. So I am happy that she was able to pull things off, even though at the end she did get some guns. She's doing things without Shiki. Though I do really like seeing them together, I'm glad that we're getting this moment where Pino's like realizing like, hey, we did something without Shiki, you know what I mean? I know it's not what it's meant to be, but that was a pretty good scene. And then we move on to, oh, the building collapsing and then Rebecca like falling through. See, I didn't understand what was going on at the time, but the tree emerging was really just the planet going back to when it was actually a very beautiful planet and there was a lot of gardens and trees and nature. So that's what confused me. I was like, why is this? But then I remembered that the time meter like changes it back to the way it was. So I was confused at first, but then I'm not gonna lie, I do like this next page where we see Shiki grab Rebecca. And like her face, like she always has like the blushing mark, so I never know when she's actually blushing or not, but just from what we're seeing, like correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of people have been agreeing with me that their relationship seems like it might turn into something else. Like I can see where Natsu and Lucy was like wishful thinking, but this seems, we're only on chapter 27 and this seems like they might be a little bit more at the end, you know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think, but I just like when Shiki's like legitimately looking out for her. And that was a problem I had with Fairy Tail. I know I talk about Fairy Tail a lot, but that's like the only comparison I have. Natsu would save Lucy but then he liked fighting, you know? But Shiki's doing these things genuinely because he just wants to protect his friends, not because he trained in, well, he did train and fight. You know what I mean? Like, Shiki's not trying to prove to anybody that he's the strongest. You know what like Natsu was. He tried to fight everyone to prove he was the strongest. And though it was very sincere, Shiki's not trying to prove a point. He's just trying to save his friends, which is really cool and refreshing. So next page we have, by the way, I'm sorry if I'm kind of off in this video. I just got home. It's like 7:30 at night. I'm just tired, you know what I mean? And this setup is, boy, if you could see the setup, it's crazy. I got my phone like tied to something like to give me light. It's a mess, but I'm here, all right? So We have Whis and Homura come back, and Sister, like, you see right here, like, just her faces remind me of Natsu. Like, she's just like, ew, this tree gives me the creeps. Like, what? It just seems like something Natsu would say. Then we have Eden Zero coming back. And okay, here's when I started getting a little bit confused, is they had to, like, cut down the tree, which was really cool. I liked to see, it was a good point for everyone else to see that they had ether gear. And for Sister Ivory to see Homura's ether gear. I'm still concerned as to who trained her. You know what I mean? And why she's, like, worried Sister is right here. I don't know. But why couldn't they just have used Shiki's ether gear from the beginning and just, like, taken them off? Like, did the tree really have to go? I don't know. That was just something that, like, clicked in my head. Like, wait, if he could use his ether gear in the very beginning, why did they just do that instead of, like, having a cool show-off panel? But it was cool, I'm not gonna lie. Then continuing on, I know this is like a one-page spread, it's supposed to have both on the same page, but it is really, like, just, I mean, look at the way Rebecca looks at him. Oh my god. She's just, like, super happy. Like, I was talking to somebody in the comment section before where they got a little bit upset that I was comparing her to Lucy. And though Lucy's life was, like, bad, I don't think it was nearly as tragic as Rebecca. Like, she was homeless and orphaned with nobody. And to see her go from, like, that child that was, like, sleeping in the garbage, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was in the very beginning. To seeing her, like, how happy she is now, and she's not even caring about B-cubing or whatever, she's just happy. Even though they're in, like, a life-threatening situation, it's just so nice to me. It's really cool. And then we got this. I'm wondering who to ship him with, like the bunny girl that he's been shown with so much, or Homura. Like, I need to know more about this girl before I ship him with her, even though I don't care too much for him right now. But I think she called Shiki cute, so maybe she might be another love interest for him. I'm not sure. I kind of don't want that to happen, but if it happens, it happens. Then it's just another panel of, like, them going to the Eden Zero. And they eventually get out. And the planet was restored back to its healthy self. So in a way, the Time Eater is bad, but in a way it's not, because he, like, purified this planet. So I'm not sure if that's going to come into play later on. Like, is it really a bad thing? Do people worship it or whatever? I don't know, because me personally, I'm like, so what's bad? I know it's bad because it completely erases people who weren't on the planet when it's, okay, this is getting confusing. If somebody's on the planet that wasn't there in the time that it's going to go to, they just completely disappear. So in a way it's bad, but in a way it's good, because that planet was trash and then it got fixed again. So I'm not really sure. So overall, I did like the chapter. It was really fast. Like, if you're reading it, it goes by really fast for some reason. I need to know more about Homura, because that sword, it's been mentioned so many times, so I'm hoping once I get back on Eden Zero, we get to learn more about her and what her, like, intentions are. I don't know. I do want to see where Jean went. I don't know. I thought he was gonna follow Sister Ivory because she'd be the only one to help him and his sister, but I guess not, unless he snuck aboard somehow, which, I mean, I'm not gonna pass off as, like, impossible, because I'm sure that he did in some way, or that we'll run into him in the near future. But one thing I wanted to bring up, and I probably should have been more prepared for this, but where is the narrator girl? You remember in the first couple of chapters, there was this girl, and she kind of looked like Mavis, I think that's what everyone was saying, and she said that she's gonna be the narrator, and that she's gonna help us along the way. It's been at least 24, 23 chapters since then, and we haven't seen her at all. So I'm wondering if he completely, like, scrapped that idea, or he's, like, trying to figure out where to put her, because I don't think we need a narrator now. Like, we were concerned in the beginning, like, is it going to be really complicated? Is this time skips going to be like all over the place? But it's obviously not a time skip. It's something that eats time away. So we figured that out now. So we don't really need the narrator. So I'm wondering what she's there for, when she's going to come back. Let me know if you guys have been wondering where she is, because I definitely have. Every time I open up a chapter, I'm like, where is this chick? Is she going to pop up here? And she never does. And I just remembered to mention it today. So let me know what you guys thought of the chapter. Again, don't forget to use the poll to rate it, and comment down below what you guys think, and anything else that I might have missed or not talked about. Please go down there and discuss it with yourselves, and I will see you there. Please be safe this weekend. I know in California we're experiencing like crazy rain, but in any other part of the world or whatever, please be safe. And again, I know I apologize too much, but I'm sorry if this video was like all over the place. It's just, school started up this week and it's already kicking my ass, so just bear with me. We're almost at 500 subscribers, which is amazing. Even when I'm not posting, I still get subscribers, which is so great. Thank you all for subscribing to me, even though my schedule is all over the place. You guys mean a lot to me. And like I said, I'm going to try to have something ready at 500 subscribers. If I'm a little bit late with it, I'm sorry, but just look out for that. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video.